Hi, good day. I'm PMA and I'm here to present to you about the concentrates and the classification. So, concentrates are feeds that are high in nitrogen-free extract and a total digestible nutrients and low in crude fiber that is less than 18%. So, NFE is a term for organic material in a feedstock for which there is no specific analysis. These include carbohydrates, pigments, and water-soluble vitamins. Concentrates can be broken down into two categories, the carbonaceous feeds and the nitrogenous feeds, which includes the protein and protein supplements. Function as a dietary energy supply. This includes the sugars, polysaccharides, fats, and oil consisting primarily of the elements of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. When feeding concentrates, the cereal grains play the most important role because this provides the bulk of energy along with a large portion of a dietary protein. So these grains are low in fiber and are considered to be highly digestible by all of the livestock species. Non-ruminants such as poultry and swine have the bulk of their ration consisting of these highly digestible cereal grains. So cereal grains are seeds from cereal plants. Example, corn, oats, barley, and sorghum. These are the primary grains fed to livestock and poultry. So the rice and wheat are primarily consumed by humans.
Number 1 is corn, scientifically known as Zeya maize. Corn is most widely fed to livestock of all cereal grains. The feeding value of other grains is compared to corn on a LB per LB basis. Total digestible nutrients around 90% for all species of livestock, high in starch, low in fiber, low in protein, which is the zein used as a feedstock for all animals. Approximately 25% of all corn production is fed to hogs. While the yellow corn is high in carotene, the white is only for human consumption. Second is oats, also known as Avena sativa scientifically. It is very palatable and considered to be an excellent conditioning feed. High in protein when compared to the other grains. Best balance of amino acid of the cereal grains. Total digestible nutrients is approximately 75%. Compared with corn, oats have a feeding value of 70 to 80% on a LB per LB basis. Oats are considered to be an excellent feed for all livestock, especially in horses, and breeding stock for most species. The third one, barley or Hordeum vulgare. It is a palatable feed, contains more protein, lysine, and fiber than corn. TDN or total digestible nutrients is approximately 82%. So, mas mataas siya compared sa mga previous na nasabi. And compared to corn, barley has a 90 to 95% feeding value on a LB for LB basis. Barley as a feedstock. It is an excellent source of energy for beef and dairy cattle, a good source of fiber for poultry and swine, and barley should be ground or somehow processed prior to feeding for all species of livestock. One is sorghum, scientifically known as Sorghum vulgare. Sorghum is increasing in importance as a feedstock and currently ranked second behind corn. It is known as alternative to corn, and sorghum has a total digestible nutrient value of 75%. When compared to corn, sorghum has a feeding value of 85 to 95%. Sorghum constitutes 6 to 8 of cereal grains fed to livestock. Sorghum needs to be processed in some way prior to feeding. And sorghum is drought tolerant and some contains tannins.
So, ayun, I'm Jezabel Ugot, continuations of concentrates. So, animal proteins. Protein supplements that come from animals or animal byproducts are called animal proteins. Common animal proteins are tongue cage, meat scraps, meat and bone meal, fish meal, and blood meal. Most animal proteins contain more than 47% crude protein. Animal proteins contain a more balanced amount of the essential amino acids than do not other type of protein supplement. Vegetable proteins. Protein supplements that come from plants are called vegetable proteins. Common vegetable proteins are soybean oil meal, peanut oil meal, and corn gluten feed. Most vegetable proteins contain less than 47% crude protein. Fats and oils. Fats and oils, collectively termed lipids, are regularly used in the poultry feed to satisfy the energy need of the animals, as lipids have more than twice the amount of Me compared with carbohydrates or protein per kg weight. Lipids are also important carrier for the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, as well as the provisions of an essential fatty acid, linoleic acid, in the diet. So, a variety of fats and oils are used in the feed, including lipids of animals' origins, usually fats, example tallow, lard, except fish oil, and lipids of vegetable origin, usually oils, example soy oil, canola rapeseed oil, sunflower oil, linseed oil, palm oil, and cottonseed oil.
Mineral and vitamin supplements. Vitamin and mineral supplements provide a variety of nutrients that are also found in food. These supplements are called multivitamins. All feeds need some minerals, commonly used salt, bone meal, oyster shell, calcium, carbonate, and limestone. Vitamins commonly used enzyme yeast, liver meal, fish oil, wheat germ oil. Hormones. Hormones are chemical substances that act like messenger molecules in the body. Anabolic hormones and somatotropins influence metabolism. The functions are to coordinate lipid, protein, and mineral metabolism, increase muscle growth, and increase milk yield.
Organic acids is an organic compound with acidic properties. Its functions: organic acid reduce pH in the stomach, which optimizes conditions for pepsin activity, increases the digestibility of nitrogen, phosphorus, and several minerals.
Additives. Additives is non-nutritive ingredients added to stimulate growth or performance, or improve the efficiency of feed. Additives may be added in very small quantities.
Good morning, everyone. The topic that is given to me is all about probiotics and prebiotics. So, probiotics are described as beneficial microbes, and prebiotics are described as indigestible fibers that help stabilize beneficial microbes, in which probiotics may help break down proteins and fats in the digestive tract, and can also act as gut beneficial bacteria that can create a physical barrier against an unfriendly bacteria, and probiotics can also help offset bacterial imbalances, whereas prebiotics are specialized plant fibers that act like fertilizers that stimulate growth of healthy bacteria in the gut.
Enzymes aids in digestibility by making nutrients more bioavailable to the animal, may increase the effectiveness of host enzymes, improve digestion and absorption of nutrients. Its example: phytase, cellulase, amylase. Botanicals comprise a wide variety of herbs, spices, and products derived thereof, and are mainly essential oils. Its functions: reduce bacterial colony counts, a greater nutrient digestion, reflecting an overall improved gut equilibrium. If we stop using this, then it may lessen meat and livestock production, higher production cost, more feed may be required, increase in debt loss, and increase in vet bills.